Hello, welcome to the Wired for Success podcast. I'm your host, Janelle McKinnon. Thank you for joining me this morning. Are you stuck, lacking motivation, and a will to get up and win? If you have stumbled onto this life changing podcast, you will learn how to succeed in every area of your life. And as we say on here every Monday morning, welcome to another marvelous Monday, ladies and gentlemen. I trust that you had a wonderful weekend, that you got your rest in, and that you are ready for the week ahead, that you have your goals laid out, if not mentally. You actually write it down. You have your itinerary, your schedule for the week, your goals, your objectives, things you want to see accomplished in this very week. Ensure that you make a note of those things and you do all that you can to achieve those goals. I'm rooting for you, and I know that you are rooting for me as well. Now, on Friday, we started on the topic challenges to success, and we spoke a little bit on fear. Today, we want to deal with the topic self doubt. We've all been in doubt. Whether that doubt has been concerning ourselves or someone else, we know what doubt is. When we don't believe in something, that's doubt. When we don't see the way something can be achieved, a goal can be achieve we set out, we have a good vision for our lives. We may have written it out, we may have shared it with others. This is the vision, but then you find that you are unable to move from point A to B, and you know what is keeping you there. It could just be self doubt. It could just be that you don't believe in yourself. And the funny thing is, a lot of people that suffer from self doubt actually have a lot of belief in others. Like they are the best cheerleaders, they have a word for everyone else, but they don't have a word for themselves. They don't know how to believe and encourage themselves, but they can really speak life into another person. Hey, I see you achieving this. Go get it. Go apply for that loan even though you don't qualify. Apply for that job even though you don't have the qualifications. Do this, do that. But when it comes to themselves, that's where the rubber meets the road for them. Unable to bring that same energy, that same focus, that same enthusiasm to their life and then to progress in that way. As long as you're living on God's green earth, I believe that we all will face times of, or we'll have a season where there is something that we really want to do, we really want to go after, but we're battling and grappling with self doubt. Now, we are still reading from the article with Zach Roberts, and this is what he says about self doubt. He says that another common challenge that can derail your journey to success is self doubt. That means that self doubt can stop you, self doubt can distract you, self doubt can cause you to just be stuck. And here on this podcast, we're always talking about not being stuck, moving from the place where you are obsolete, moving from the place where you are stagnant, moving from the place where you don't understand what vision is and where you're unable or you feel yourself incapable of having a vision for your life. Now, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you're not good enough. Have you ever been there? I know I have. Sometimes you think, man, I'm not good enough for this. Uh, Let me forget. Let me not even try. There's something in each of our lives where we may battle with self-doubt. For one, it may be a certain subject area. You may say, oh man, I'm just not good at mathematics. I'm just not good at the sciences, or I'm just not good at literature and English. We need to stop feeding into all these stereotypical views that if I'm good at one subject, therefore I can be good at the next one, or that or is one or the other. No. For some reason that was a mentality that was carried out, especially when I was a child. Like people would say, oh, she's more of an English person, not that strong of a math person. And you bought into these stereotypical views whereby you're saying, okay, if this person is good with figures, they're good with maths, it's like they're terrible at English and they didn't like to read. But that didn't have to be. And that's why we need to change the way we think about stuff. Well, I haven't been in the arena, or I should say, I haven't asked the question of the young people now if they too feel this way, or even are they being conditioned by their parents to feel this way. It doesn't have to be this or that, it doesn't have to be either, it doesn't have to be that. You can be good, you can be great at every subject, at every level. And as many things you want to be great at, you can do it if you determine that you're going to have the self discipline for it. Because I believe that is what creates mastery. It is your discipline towards what you set out in your heart to do, what you write down as your vision, what you put down on pen and paper and say, hey, I'm gonna achieve this. I don't care what my mother say, what my father say, what they don't determine my future in the end. I am the one. And so we are all attacked by this self doubt. As long as you're living, you're gonna feel doubtful at some point in your life about some area in your life. Let us be honest. The person who seems most assertive and most assured of themselves, there is an area in their life where they are filled up with self doubt and they have to do the work to become clear and to have belief that, listen, this can happen for me. I can achieve this. So, uh, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you're not good enough or that you don't have what it takes to achieve your goals. Have you ever felt that way? But self doubt is a liar. Write that down. Drop that in the comments. This comment section is so dry. I don't know. Have you fallen off the bandwagon here? the comments, the comment section is so dry. Anyhow, so self doubt is a liar. Drop that in the comment section, and kudos to you if you left a comment today. You are capable of great things. You are. And that is not cliche. I know we throw these things out a lot, but you are. You really are. And as someone once said, it's not always that you will do big things to be great, but you can do small things in a great way. It's not even the it's not the magnitude of what you're doing, right? But it's how well you're able to do what you do. That is what determines greatness. Even the little thing that you do, that you leave your mark on it. It's like two people can be doing the same job, the exact job. But listen, Sarah has such a twist on this job that it sets her apart, that you know when Sarah was there. Everybody, the two, Sarah and Camille, doing the exact job. And for some reason, you just know when Sarah produces the work as against when Camille does the work. Let what you do be done with such excellence that it sets you apart. Do don't wait for the big things to be great. Learn to do the little things in an excellent way. Learn to do the little things in a great way. Learn to do things in such a way that you leave your mark. Now, one way to combat self doubt is to surround yourself with positive people who believe in you. I want to take this time to thank the people who believe in me, and in some way you have prayed for me sometime, even if I came up once on your prayer list. I want to say I'm grateful for that. That even one time in your life, the Lord was able to use you to whisper a prayer on my behalf. I'm grateful for that. If it is that you have supported what I do here with my books and you have bought copies, whether you were able to buy just one copy, I'm same way grateful, because you don't have to do this, but you desire to do this. And I am grateful because I'm not entitled. I'm not entitled whereby I'm saying you have to, but I'm grateful that you do. I'm grateful that you show up. I'm grateful that even in your busy schedule you actually find time maybe to go back. Maybe you're not able to listen to every episode religiously, but at maybe once a week you catch an episode, or every 2 weeks you're able to maybe go back, pick up the episode, listen. I am grateful because you don't have to, but you choose to do this. And I don't take it lightly. And like I said, I am not entitled to your support. You don't have to support me, but this is what you choose to do. And for that, I must say thank you. And so, one of the things I know is that you must surround yourself with positive people. It's going to be tough if you don't have positive people in your corner, people who are encouraging you to keep on keeping on, because it's not easy. Whether it is you are, let's say, you you wrote CXC, right? That's something we know here in the Caribbean, Guyanese, right? And you weren't able to get all your subjects. You need people now to come around and come alongside you and say, hey, Travis, you need to get maths, you need English, go write these subjects, go again. You need that encouragement. Maybe you're discouraged and you're doubting yourself, thinking that you can't do it. But the second time around, you hit it, because listen, you took the encouragement and you build up yourself in your faith, and you sought the Lord as well, who also gives the very best of encouragement. And so you were able to now run with that. So you need people in your corner who will speak a word into your life and encourage you to believe in yourself. And people who believe in you, I'm grateful for the people who believe in me. Even when I didn't see myself even dreaming of doing what I'm doing now. That maybe somebody had a dream, maybe someone had a vision, because I believe in the supernatural, I believe in these things. And this is what happens. This is what happens when the Lord desires to use you. Like, He would definitely set people along your path that will speak a word and will encourage you. And so that is something to be grateful for. Another thing you can do to combat self doubt, according to Zach, is to seek out mentors. And I believe in this. And most of my mentors are not people that I have physical contact with. It's like, this saying is so true: when the student is ready, the teacher definitely appears. I remember there was a sister in my church, God bless her. Um, she had told me she was listening to a certain preacher. I'm not gonna mention all of that, who he is and all of that, but yes, told me she was listening to this person, and she shared it with me in passing once. And at that time, I was like, okay, that's great. And I think she actually sent me a video, but I think maybe I started and then I was like, I put it down. And like a year after, imagine that, or months, several months after, I somehow ended up watching that video, and it's like, at that point I was ready for the teaching, but then maybe when she sent it to me initially, my spirit wasn't ready for it. That's why I believe that the teacher definitely appears and comes on the scene when the student is ready. And because this man was such a prolific teacher, I'm telling you, his ministry and how he delivered the word of God in such with such simplicity, it was so captivating. Like, he really had you. He held you in that space during the time he was teaching, and it's like you wanted to just soak up every single thing he said under the anointing. And his life, the his ministry, what all the things, it really stirred up my heart and caused me to move from one level to the next. And that's important as a believer, that we don't stay one place all the time. The Lord desires that we move up, that we are promoted, that we ascend, because the Lord said that He will exalt us. So we don't stay on one level, right? We are gonna move from one level to the next. Just like Gideon, he had so much self doubt. Remember, he was threshing wheat in a wine press. Of course, he was hiding away from the Philistines because of what they were doing and how they were treating the Israelites at that time. So he didn't want to be seen. And then when the angel of the Lord came and called him mighty man of valor, he was like, who, me? From the smallest tribe, from the Benjamin tribe? Like, be for real, angel. It was just left for Gideon to say, be for real, go somewhere with that, because I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Go find somebody else. That word is not for me. He was so filled up with self doubt. Sounds like some of us, right? Because you may be someone who just got saved, fresh off the high of crack, alcohol, prostitution, promiscuity, homosexuality, all these different things that are sinful. You're fresh off the heels of it, and now you hear the Lord. He sends his prophet, or he speaks to you, he shows you something in a dream, and he calls you, hey, great woman, or mighty man. And you're like, huh, me? I just came out of this. You can't possibly be calling me to the nations. Like, no way. Self doubt, because we don't believe in ourselves, and that could be coming from, the years and years of being downtrodden, the years and years of trauma, the years and years of just being suppressed and oppressed. It can come from that place. But God wants us to remember this day, this morning, that you are made for great things and that He has great teachers and mentors that will help to mold you and bring you. So when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And so, while many of my mentors are not people that I have ever met physically, but I thank God for stuff like YouTube. I thank God for Google and the internet, because there is good information on there that you can pull out, and they're great teachers, people who resonate with you. That's why I may not always mention some of the people, because everybody is not for everybody. I myself am not for everybody. There's some people, they wouldn't cling to this, they won't follow along with me, and that's okay. But there is somebody out there that they will listen to, they will be able to follow along with, and that's the teacher that the Lord has for them along their path. And that's fine. You don't allow those things to offend you, and these, no, 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 no. It's love over here, it's support over here. Go where you feel most led. All right. So in wrapping up, I want to encourage you to have a supportive community, even if it's a group of friends. You have to show yourself friendly more and more. I know for sure that we cannot make it on our own. As much as we think, oh, I'm a one man army, it doesn't work like that here on earth. Here on earth, we need collaboration, we need unity, we need brothers and sisters. We need that. We need that connection, we need that attachment. We need it. So join a supportive community, or simply talk to friends and family members who uplift you and remind you of your strengths. I'm telling you, especially when you're in ministry, especially when you have a heart. Let's face it, some people have more responsibility than others. And because you have more responsibility than others, you need more encouragement than others. You need more prayers than others. Like, it is a real thing. Like, people who are called to be a shepherd over thousands is different from someone who's called to be a shepherd over 50 and 60 and 100 and 200. It's a different level. And it's not that anyone is better than anyone, but it's all about capacity. The Lord has given us different levels of capacity. And so, because you may have a greater capacity, it doesn't mean that you're better than me, but God has called you to something greater, greater. And that is fine. As long as we stay committed to wherever the Lord has placed us, and we serve that area well in excellence, and we do our very best, the Lord is pleased. The Lord is pleased. So God bless you on this wonderful Monday. I want to say to you, have a great week, and I look forward for Friday when we meet again. God bless you. Goodbye for now.